doctor in the house. We got Jeff Mayweather. He's going to speak a little bit about their family, how boxing became such a big thing in their family, how everybody got involved.
Yeah. Well, the very first person was Floyd Sr. He got himself in some trouble in high school. He got in a fight with one of his teachers,
Okay.
and so he had to choose um, either to go to a detention or they actually had a boxing program instead. So that's what he decided to do, and he fell in love with boxing.
Wow.
And after that, I mean, it's kind of like it's history in terms of, from that point on. I mean, then Roger followed, then I followed Roger, and Floyd Jr. didn't have a choice. The day he was born, his father was holding up his hands for him to
Yeah.
punch his hands the second he was born, and basically, and he taught him from the age of probably about 3 or 4 years old, and of course that's made him one of the greatest fighters to ever live as well.
Yeah.
And so, and I mean, I think that we all did well in this sport of boxing, and I think that we can all be proud of our legacy and just continue to do what we're doing.
And we appreciate everything you guys have done in the sport of boxing.
Thank you.
Yeah, there were some legendary fights with with your brothers, with Sugar and Leonard, and and some people think that your brother won. So it's so many fights, memorable fights, uh you know we can speak about, and and your family has been like it's a stamp in the boxing game.
Yes,
Yeah, I think today.
I agree.
Yes, go ahead, coach.
No, I said I agree.
Um, I see, like, one thing I wanted to mention to you, I wanted to bring this up spontaneously while we're doing the interview, and as much as I love the sport of boxing, I love the history of it, and when I travel and when I go around the world, I see a love and hate from people when it comes to Mayweather. And yesterday I was just watching a few videos on YouTube, and I saw a video of Muhammad Ali was really upset because Joe Louis called him a bum. He said, "You called me a bum," and he was so hurt. And you see, we got Mayweather of today. He said, "I'm better than Muhammad Ali." And what people don't understand, when Mayweather says stuff like that, fighters have to say things to make them believe they're the best. It's not disrespecting anyone. That's what people don't understand. This thing,
Right.
I know people who knows Mayweather personally, and like yourself, and I'm talking about people who I know, my friends, even fighter named Jamal he trains at Mayweather's gym, speaks so much good things about him, things he has done in the community, and he's an honorable person. But people don't realize that you have to make a name, you have to create a character in order for you to be big, because boxing is business first.
Right.
And he has done
I
Mayweather has
agree.
done something great in that terms.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, he's pretty much done better than any other boxer on this planet.
That's true.
So whatever he's been doing is working.
Hmm.
So and it doesn't matter what people say, because people go always talk. People
Yeah.
talk about Jesus Christ, so
Mm.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And basically, he's done something that at this point in the boxing world has never been done,
Yeah.
and it's probably gonna be a long, long, long time before it's gonna be done by anybody else.
Yeah. And let me ask you something. This style of boxing, that Mayweather has, was taught by his father, taught by his uncle. You know, fighting in the pocket. As a coach, like me, I'm studying different schools of boxing. Different errors, different fighters, and I see something. Even Lomachenko, he's lacking, which is like let's say, with all due respect to Lomachenko, great fighter, right? But because Pernell Whitaker, he did stuff like that. What Lomachenko has done already, and then they said, Lomachenko is great, but for me, what have you accomplished in the sport of boxing? You calling him the next best thing after Muhammad Ali, but you didn't even accomplish anything close to Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather, right? And I'm talking with respect. But so when I see guys like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, what they have done to the sport, and people just coming in, doesn't they do a little slick stuff, and they're calling them great, and that is it's kind of like it bothers me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, boxing is just like anything else in life.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a person with that complexion.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's automatically gonna be considered one of the greatest fighters ever. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's one of
Yeah.
the greatest amateurs ever. But
Absolutely.
as a professional, no, he wasn't the greatest professional. He's not even great on. I wouldn't say he's great on that scale in terms of when you naming names like
Yeah.
Floyd and Ali and and Tyson and other fighters as well. I don't think that he's a part of that club.
Coach, it's very interesting you said this because I remember, I think it was Bob Arms talking about Lomachenko is the next best fighter after Muhammad Ali. And yeah, and I believe it's something to do with the complexion and everything. That's what boxing does. Boxing has a history with a racial thing. It does exist. Back in the days in America, where they used to make little African American boys fight with each other, and I believe studying in boxing, when it comes to boxing, when it comes to historically African American boxer, they are more defensive, offensive fighter because of survival
Um,
mode.
that could be so.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, and don't get me wrong. I mean, like I said, I mean, I take my hat off to Lomachenko, and
yeah.
Lomachenko is a great fighter.
Amazing.
But he's
Amazing.
he's the greatest. He's the greatest amateur to ever live,
It's
but
not
he's not the
him.
greatest professional.
Yeah, coach, it's not him. It's the people in the media that puts him in a caliber. You understand? It's not him
Oh, of
himself.
course. I mean, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I mean, everyone wants to be a part of something,
Yeah.
and when they speak, especially when they speak of one of their own,
Yeah.
they want they
Yeah.
want that name to be in, on that same level,
Yeah.
and it don't belong there.
Well, 2 days ago I was reading this article, and I'm not too sure. I forgot what it was. It was an African American brother, and he was talking about how Usyk, looking a certain way, and people don't call him a boring fighter, right? And when guys like Andre Ward, Mayweather fights, and I said, I gotta give respect where it's due because Lomachenko coming to the scene automatically they called him great, and that was not right. But I do, and I do see Usyk being not just entertainer fight. He is something different we never seen before in the heavyweight division. Continuously moving, head movement. It's something a little bit different. He's like a bigger version of
Yeah,
Lomachenko.
right. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. And you
Very,
gotta
very
give
smart guy.
respect where it's due. And I'm that kind of person, brother. I don't care you black, white, Chinese. As a coach, I love to see someone coming from a poor country become a world champion, and that's what unites us as a people.
Right.
You got your waves,
I
man.
agree.
You always got your waves, coach.
No, I'm trying. I gotta keep something.
Yeah, you got to do something, man. Yeah. How's the
Uh,
family?
everybody's well. Everybody's pretty doing okay.
Good, good. Yeah.
Um, and I'm staying busy myself. Very busy. As a matter of fact, I'm doing commentating. I'm doing guest appearances. Actually, I also became a business partner with a gym owner.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm doing a whole lot of different things. I'm
Good.
doing a documentary. I'm doing um, a reality show.
Nice.
So yeah, my plate is full right now.
Oh, wow, wow. And anytime you want to come to Vancouver, let me know. Give me a heads up. We'll show you around. I'm sure you love Vancouver, Van City.
I've never been to Vancouver.
Yeah.
I've been to where's the part that I've been? Calgary. Calgary is the only part of Canada I've ever been to.
Okay.
Um, but I have a kid. I don't know where he's from.
Mm.
This kid named Joseph Smith,
Okay.
and this kid's amazing. I think that he's going to be a multiple time world champion. He
Wow.
just became a world champion in kickboxing,
Okay. Okay.
and the kid's only 15 years old.
Wow. Yeah, we got a lot of the thing about boxing in Canada is I feel, there are coaches there, like Coach Tarek, he's working really hard. I grew up with a coach named Scotty Jackson, Jerome Grant, Perry Burbick, these guys. But I feel like we don't have that. Like Toronto and Montreal has a lot of support in boxing, but the rest of Canada, it's like they work too hard, and we got good fighters there. So it comes to a certain point, fighters they can't really develop to be being somebody who they want, because that's because
Mhm.
the U.S. is everywhere. Boxing is everywhere. Maybe not some states, but it's a lot of states has something there going on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, a little fact about Canada. Next time you come, maybe you'll visit. You have Nova Scotia. So if you talk about uh, when the southern the war was happening in the states, for the liberation, separation,
Mhm.
so you had a group of, when they lost, the southern they lost, they said to a certain African American people that, you'll get your freedom, and even if you win or lose, we'll give you a place to stay. So they built a tunnel from the U.S., and they went to Nova Scotia. And I'm gonna send you. I think it's in Netflix. It's called The Book of Negroes. You need to check it out. And so
Okay.
if you talk about Black Canadians, they're from Nova Scotia. It's yeah. So, and they got a museum over there, and there's it's a beautiful history.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm always happy to hear from you, and over the years, you always advise me from things about boxing, about life, and it's great to see. And Mayweather right now, he's having exhibition matches. This is something wonderful. And most of all, I see
Yeah.
that he's keeping himself physically fit to a certain point. Well, most people don't understand that. When you go on the stage and when the weigh-in, you do all this acting stuff. This is a show, and you enjoy, have fun, because this is your hero.
Yeah,
You know?
well, don't get me wrong. That sells too.
Yeah, no, no, no. That's what I'm saying. It's our we love this because Mayweather, or what is it, Mike Tyson. We love this, but the thing is, most people, they come to a certain point, they can't even do exhibition, right? Like Mike Tyson right now, we love Mike Tyson, but is he able to continue? And I don't know if he should at what his age is right now, but Mayweather, he's always been physically active. He's always been he never stopped actually working out. That's something beautiful about him.
Right.
And that's why he's like, his engine is like, it could be like a 1995 car, but it's fine tuned.
Right.
I'm putting it my way. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay, coach. I know you had a long day. I'm not gonna bother you. I think what today is the what September 4th for you guys?
I'm not even really sure.
Yeah.
But
Isn't
I
what's
know
his
it's
name?
September.
Isn't what's his name fighting today for you guys? Late evening. Andy Ruiz versus Ortiz. Ortiz is fighting.
Yeah, that's fighting. That fight's tomorrow.
Oh, his fight's tomorrow. Yeah.
That fight's tomorrow. Today, there's a fight here in Vegas, though. It's Kevin Newman, the kid that I used to train.
Okay.
He's fighting. He's fighting someone. I don't know where. I don't know the guy's name. So,
Okay.
and yeah, I'm gonna be going to that show in a little bit.
I'm gonna tag your name so people can follow you on Instagram, coach.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna finish this video and we'll keep in touch.
Okay.
God
Sounds
bless.
good.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Bye.